I worked on Dawson's Creek a long time ago, and it's shot in Wilmington, North Carolina. And when you would go visit, they'd put you up in this beautiful bed and breakfast. One night I was lying in bed and I felt basically somebody tugging on my leg. And I was too scared to open my eyes. And so I just laid there like, oh, make it stop. And then I felt car headlights pass over the window next to my bed and wash over me. But when I did finally open my eyes, I looked out my window and it's a brick alley and there was no way a car could have gone down that alley. So I slept on the couch for the last 3 days of that particular trip and have loved telling that story ever since.
This year, they wanted to delve deeper into, like, the unknown, you know? Let's show the unknown. Let's show death and then coming back and what that would do to you.
Wow, you really don't want to die, do you?
So a lot of stuff that they've played with are things that I think do exist on a lot of levels.
I was a kid, and I was in Rhode Island, and I will make a very long story short. I woke up one morning and I saw a woman standing over by a window peering out. And I thought it was my aunt. I called out her name and she looked at me and then she just disappeared into air.
I kind of felt it at the hotel when I just moved, and I woke up in the middle of the night feeling there was a cat walking on me. And I was like, wait a second. I came to work the next morning. I was talking to everybody. I'm like, I think I felt a ghost, but I think it was a cat. Maybe I just had a dream, but maybe there is like a lonely cat walking around the hotel.
I'm totally I totally believe in all that. I think anything is possible.
The ghost world, if it exists out there in whatever form it does, probably has a lot of different reasons for existing, and people have a lot of intentions for what it is they want to accomplish. For us, it was about creating a set of rules and a circumstance where, for our show, we could say, well, this is why ghosts exist.
What got you here?
I died.
And they found ways to intertwine it with this vampire witch storyline.
Am I on the famous other side?
You are.
The other side came about after we decided that we thought it'd be cool if the last scene of season 2 was Jeremy seeing the ghost of his dead girlfriend.
A witch created it a long time ago as a matter of revenge against a loved one.
But when she found out that he was just using her, she dumped him in a tomb with a cure, hoping he would take it and die, because she had created a supernatural limbo to trap his soul.
To us, the other side is the supernatural catch-all.
I like that we're exploring it. It's like we're getting deeper and deeper into the evilness of the other side, whatever that may be.
The other side is a very drab place. You know, you cannot physically touch other ghost humans, interact with them. You can't eat, you can't drink, you can't sleep. It's a very lonely, isolated place.
What the hell?
The key rule of the other side is that unless you are a witch, you are all by yourself.
Freaky, isn't it?
Watching the world go by.
Feeling the void.
Your loved ones moving on without you or mourning you.
They're existing in our reality, we just can't see them, and that's part of their torture.
Only it's actually kind of a good thing because these supernatural beings can still be among everyone and lend their helping hand to the supernatural people that are still living.
Tell him that I watch over him. And no more knocking around with that blonde original chick who almost got him killed.
It was a way for us to keep bonded to and keep connected to these characters that we had lost fairly painfully.
Oh my God.
Lark? Rick's here?
And so to be able to every now and then just kind of touch base with or connect to one of these lost loved ones has been really important to us in the show.
Where the hell have you been? Thought you bailed on us to go find peace or something.
Do you honestly think I'd leave Damon in charge and never look back?
We have this rule of, like, you can't just do a spell to bring a character back to life without consequences. And for us, consequences are, like, what makes this show interesting.
Oh, my God.
What happened earlier, like the end of season 4, is that I wanted to bring Jeremy back to life.
So, as we know, in a psychotic lapse of judgment, Bonnie brought you back to life and died in the process. May she rest in peace.
So for the first part of season 5, she was a ghost, and the only person that knew was Jeremy.
What happens when your dad finds out you've been dead all summer?
How many postcards have I sent him? How many times has he called?
I had been speaking through Jeremy via email and, you know, texts and all that and trying to get away with it.
I'm just saying, people don't say dear anymore.
Fine. How about, hey, Elena, what's up?
Thank you.
One of the production nightmares of shooting a ghost scene is that you kind of, in your own weird way, have to shoot it twice.
You have to shoot it specialized because the actor will exist in some scenes, and then in some scenes, he or she will step off camera.
They need this. I need this. And then I would, you know, leave, and they would do the whole scene, and I would mouth my words off screen.
And then you editorially put it all together, and you create a scene where somebody's talking to thin air, and we see in one shot the ghost is there, and then the other shot that they're not.
I mean, you definitely are left out a bit. That was hard, and I think that some of that played into some of the scenes.
I'm right here, Elena. And I miss you too.
Because, you know, we're so close as a cast, and we so love to connect with each other.
It's hard when you're doing a scene with someone in front of you that's not supposed to be there to not look at them in the face.
Nina would like look at me and do her lines. I'm like, you can't see me, what are you doing? She's like, oh, sorry, forgot.
So you just kind of have a conversation without that person. And it's not too weird.
You just have to ignore her. It's like real life, really.
We're here. We're all here together.
She was existing among her friends, but they couldn't see her. And so once they discovered she had died and was over there, their goal was to bring her back.
In reaching out to say, hey, what can we do to help our friend, they discovered the existence of the term the anchor, which is the unkillable element that binds the spell that created the other side. It has to be somebody who can't be killed, which of course is Bonnie because she's already dead, and and somebody who exists with one foot on each plane.
She, you know, she's not just going to be able to be visible to her friends. Now she is going to feel the death of every person who dies.
Every supernatural being that passes over to the other side will pass through you.
And so we thought that's a pretty good consequence.
And part of the fun of watching her journey as the anchor is those moments when she didn't want to let that pain show.
We knew Kat could handle it, and so we also wanted to give her a really strong supernatural presence on the show, even though she didn't have magic powers.
I'll admit it. I miss magic.
Jeremy and Bonnie have had to reinvent their relationship from scratch.
So it was a nice little journey in their relationship as they grow up and grow into each other.
And I think that the fact that the characters couldn't touch each other, they couldn't connect physically,
Before today is over,
really pushed that level of sexuality.
we're gonna know what that feels like.
And the need to connect.
And as soon as she's brought back to life, there's this moment of just of shock. I can feel you.
I can feel you.
Trying to actually have scenes when, like a love story with somebody who he can't physically touch was very much torturous for him and for her. And so when they finally actually did pull her out, it kind of took their relationship to a new mature level where they could sleep together and interact as a normal couple.
Kat Graham is wonderful because she's such a team player and she's so beautiful and she wants to give you everything that you want.
It's fun. We know how to kind of bounce different ideas off each other. Say, hey, you want to try this way, or you want to try this that way, and we're both open to just kind of playing around.
That's why we keep trying to give her more stuff, is because we want her, to be, front and center.
So I think it's been a very deep season for me personally. I've found a lot in it.
Just from a storyteller point of view, the reason ghost stories are actually very hard to write is because ghosts can really only have two agendas. It's because they have unfinished business or they're here for revenge, which kind of falls into unfinished business.
I don't know if spirits maybe stay around because they have unfinished business, or if they stay around because the people left living have unfinished business with holding them in their heart.
I fully believe that spirits and ghosts could exist only because I feel like if I say I don't believe in them, then one will be like, oh, I'm gonna come and haunt you.
A lot of the times people are like, well, you have to open up yourself to that and then you will see. I don't want to open up myself to that, but if I saw a ghost, I think I'd be okay with it.
I've seen some things that have been very kind of unexplainable, and I think there's a lot that we sort of block out, that we can't explain in terms of spirits.
Ghosts are something that a lot of people believe in some level. And that was part of the fun for us, is being able to say, this is our fundamental truth on the Vampire Diaries and in this, you know, supernatural and spiritual universe, and create it and make it up as we put it all together.